Welcome everybody. This is Jason and the name of this week's workshop is Accessorize Your Life. This is the second part of a start to finish workshop about creating accessories from scratch. This part focuses on linking, editing, and testing. So let's begin. So to get started, first we would need to take the two meshes that we created from last week's workshop and move those to our Save Sims folder. Then we open the recolor. We select the 3IDR in the resource tree. We would double click on the instance header to sort those from lowest to highest. And we notice that there are three different ranges of 3IDRs. So we have from 1 to C, those are the low range, those correspond directly to the binks. Then we have from 101 to 4002. Those are our high range 3IDRs. Those correspond to the X malls, and each one of those represents a life stage and gender combination. And finally, we have the one that begins with 5F. This is the collection 3IDR. The ones that we'll be concentrating on are the high range. So starting in this example, starting from 101. The numbers indicate the life stage and the gender of each 3IDR. So if it ends in 1, it's female. If it ends in 2, it's male. 100 are toddler, 200 are child, 400 are teen, 800 are adult, 1000 are elder, and 4000 are young adult. So in this case, if I wanted to link this accessory to an adult mesh, I would start with 801. So we select the 3IDR in the resource list, then we go Tools, PJSE, Linking Stage. Pop-up opens, just click OK on that pop-up, then select the mesh, another pop-up opens, click OK on that pop-up. Then select the frame, TXTR in the resource list. In this case, there is only one TXTR. So just select that in the resource tree and then again in the resource list. In the plugin, we right click on the image and we build DXT. We open the texture that we need. In this case, I have it in a project folder, so we would click open. Don't mess with the DXT format. And then once it's loaded, click that build button. Then we commit, we save, and we launch Body Shop. So we launch Body Shop. We create a new sim in the sim bin. We add our accessory. Then we press F3 to toggle free movement, and we press F9 to hide the CAS menu. It helps to use a solid Body Shop background. For example, this one from Windkeeper. I strongly recommend Windkeeper's blank CAS background or Body Shop backgrounds because they make it much easier to take a screenshot. Then, in my case, I just press Alt print screen and it will print that image. I can paste that right into Photoshop. Once you've taken your screenshot, open Photoshop, paste the image, start off with a nice square and paste it over, square up your icon, and just do any kind of editing you want. Make sure to resize the end thumbnail to 156 by 156 and save as a JPEG. Once we have our thumbnails, we go back to SimPE. We select the binks in the resource tree and the one that begins with 1 in the resource list. Then if we look at the binks plugin, it's just a text editable plugin. We select the first line, the one that says icon IDX, and it normally begins with 0. In this case, we're changing it to 4. We commit, we save, and we repeat this with all binks. Why are we doing this? We're telling the 3IDR to pull from the 5th line of text. We're actually going to add the JPEGs to the package, and then we're going to add a line of text to reference the JPEG in the 3IDR. We move to the resource tab. We select any one of the binks in the resource list and we copy the group value. Then we right click anywhere in the resource list and we select add in the drop down. We go to the folder where we have our JPEG saved. In the lower right corner, we need to select all files in that drop down, and then we select our JPEG to add it. It adds the resource as user defined. Then we need to select that newly added resource in the resource list. In the resource pane, we select that drop down and we scroll down until we find JPEG, TGA, PNG image, and we select that. Or we can just add 0x85D, or I'm sorry, 856D DBAC in the text box. Then we paste the group number over the original group. So now this is a JPEG. We need to clone an amount of JPEGs equal to the number of binks in the package. So we have 6 binks resources here. So we need to create 6 new JPEG images. So we clone that, and then we clone until we have the correct amount. Then we start back up at the top of the resource list. The first JPEG image, we change that to 1. Then the second JPEG image, we change that instance value to 2. And then the third one to 3, and then the fourth one to 4, and so on. Each thumbnail needs to have a unique instance number. Then switch back to the plugin view pane. Make sure that the JPEG appears correctly. It should look something like that. Select the 3 IDR in the resource tree. And this time we're focusing on the low range 3 IDRs. So we select the one that ends in 01. In the plugin pane, we select the package button. Now we need to add the JPEG resource. With the pop-up open, we scroll down the list until we find the first of the JPEG resources. We select that and we drag it into the plugin view pane. Then we commit and we move on to the second one. We drag the second resource from the list into the plugin view pane, and we repeat that with the third and the fourth and so on. Every single time we're going to commit, and then when we're all done, we save. And that is it. That is how we add the custom icon. Binning and category. So now it's time to discuss binning and categorization. The bin property in the XML, it's a custom value that prevents a sim from wearing 2 of the same type of accessory simultaneously. As an example, we have 2 hats that are both bin with the value of 4. The sim wears one of the hat accessories, and then you add the other hat accessory. Instead of adding 2 accessories, it removes the original one and adds only the one that you selected. The category property determines what outfits an accessory can be worn with. There's a really good explanation here in AlmightyHat's Dream With post, but essentially we're just adding the hex values of each of the categories. An easy way to bin and categorize your accessories is with Outfit Organizer. I don't use every tool in Pick and Mix's Sims 2 resource library, but I use Outfit Organizer and BSOC nearly every day, and they're better than sliced bread. To get started, we need to select in the Outfit menu, Accessories only. We need to select accessories and deselect clothing, hair, and makeup. With the accessory open, we shift select all of the XML in the bottom pane here, just like so. I can control which outfits the accessory appears with quickly and easily just by using the category checkboxes. Another cool feature of Outfit Organizer is that you can create your own custom binning values. So I use 2 different binning systems, and this is really handy if I want to quickly and easily batch edit a set of accessories. You can either enter the bin value in the combo box there, or you can select the drop down and pick from your own custom bins. Then once all that's done, you just commit, you save, and the accessory is edited. Okay, so to get started actually putting it together, The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two mesh accessories that I created during the workshop, and I'm going to move those to the Save Sims folder for my current game. Just like that. And now we need to link those. So with SimPE open, go to my current saved Sims folder, and I'm going to open the one called Buckethead. Then we select 3IDR. We sort the instances from lowest to highest. So now we're looking for the high range 3IDR. So the first one is going to be 801 here. Okay, we select our first 3IDR, high range 3IDR. We go Tools, PJSE, Body Mesh Tools, Linking Stage, and this is Buckethead. So we select the one that is Buckethead. Then we go Tools, PJSE, Body Mesh Tools, Linking Stage. We're repeating this for all 6 of the high range 3IDR. Just click OK on the pop-up. Select the Buckethead mesh once again. Buckethead. Once we've done it with all 6 3IDR, we just save. Then we move on to the TXT, or the TXTR. TXTR in the resource tree. We select it in the resource list, and that's not what we want. So we right click on the image, we select Build DXT, go to my project folder, and I'm just grabbing that bucket texture. I commit, I save, and we're done with that one. Then I go back to my Save Sims folder, and let's do the plunger now. I select the plunger accessory, go to the 3IDR, and I select my first high range 3IDR. Tools, PJSE, Body Mesh Tools, Linking Stage. And we select the plunger mesh. Then we just repeat that for all 6 of the high range 3IDR. Then we save. We move on to the TXTR. Once again, build DXT. Go to my project folder. And no, not that one. I grab my plunger texture. Commit. And we save. Okay, so we've linked and we've replaced the textures. Now we're ready to launch Body Shop. First, are my accessories showing up correctly? Bucket looks just fine. And plunger looks just fine. To get a good thumbnail, we just clone a sim. We dress her in something. We put on the accessory. Then we go F9. That hides the CAS menu. And we go F3. That allows you to move the mannequin freely. Then if you hold down the right mouse button, that spins the mannequin. If you hold down the left mouse button, that zooms your mannequin in and out. And if you hold down both at the same time, it changes the mannequin's position. So we can, we just kind of position the mannequin where we want it. And then we go Alt print screen. And we add that to Photoshop. Then see, I can't wear both at the same time because I have the same bin value assigned. So I go F9. And let's just focus the plunger. You need the image to be square, so you kind of need it centered. So I think I only want to zoom out about that far. And then we go Control N. And we paste the plunger. Then, to get a nice square image, I like to go just go about 900 by 900. Just create a great big square, and I flood fill that. Grab my magic wand tool, and I like to drop my opacity down to about 100% or to about 50%. Move that like so. Crop. Okay, then we're done with that. Then we move over to the plunger swatch and do the same thing. Drop our opacity. And that doesn't quite fit in the square, so we're just going to scoot it over here so that it's fairly centered on the CAS thumbnail. Grab our magic wand, and once again we crop. Delete that layer. Okay, then I'm done with this. Hop back over to the first one. I duplicate my layer. I delete the background layer because that's locked into place. And then I'm just going to get rid of this blue bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's fine. You're not going to see it when you resize it. And I duplicate my layer once again. No, I'm sorry. I add a layer, move that to the bottom, and then we just solid fill that. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing with a plunger. First we duplicate. We get rid of the background layer. Then we get rid of this blue stuff in our magic wand tool. And I highly recommend Windkeeper's solid color CAS backgrounds. That makes this really easy. We add our layer. And we just solid fill the background like so. I don't love that. It's still got that little white line. There it is. Now, we go Control Alt I. And we just resize that to 156 by 156. Should look something like that. Go back to my projects folder. And I save that as a JPEG. Then we do the same thing here. We resize to 156 by 156. And then we save. As a JPEG. And I'm just going to call that one plunger. And we're all done with Body Shop. And we're all done with Photoshop. Then we go back to SimPE. Let's reopen. Sorry. Go to my Save Sims folder. And let's reopen the one called Buckethead. So, to add the custom icon that we just created, we go to the Binks. We select the first Binks. We change that icon index to 4. And I'm just going to copy that so it goes a little bit more quickly. Commit. Change the second one, third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, and the sixth one. We commit. We hop over to the Resource tab, copy that group value, and we can save those. We want to save those changes. Then we click anywhere in the resource list and we add. Go back up to my project folder, and this little drop down in on the right here, we select all files, and we select the JPEG that we created for this. It adds it as a user-defined resource. We select that resource. We make our group value the one that we copied, and then in type, we scroll down until we find JPEG, TGA, PNG image, just like that. Now, there are 6 Binks, so we need 6 thumbnails. We go clone, isolate that to just the JPEGs. We clone again. We clone again. Now we have 6 thumbnails. Then we start back up at the top. We change the instance value to 1. We don't need to commit here. We just move on. We move on to the next one. Make that a 2. Make that a 3. Make that a 4. Make that a 5. And that becomes a 6. We hop back over to the plugin view, and it looks good. So we can save our changes. Then we go to the 3IDR. This time we start at the low range 3IDR. And I'm going to resize my SimPE so you can see the package window. So we start with the first low range 3IDR. We click open our package window. We scroll down till we find those JPEGs. Then we take JPEG number 1. We slide it from the package window all the way over here to the plugin. So this JPEG is now in the 5th position on the list. We commit. We move on to the second one. Same thing. No, that should not be 1. That should be 2. Commit. We grab the third one. Do the same thing with the fourth one. We do the same thing with the fifth one. And the sixth one. Now we can save, and we're ready to do the same thing with the plunger. So we open the plunger in our Save Sims folder. We start with the banks. We change that icon index value to 4. We commit that. I started with the second one, so I need to do that with the first one. And we just do that with all our banks. Okay, banks are done. We can save those. We switch over to the Resource tab. We copy our group number. Then we right-click anywhere in the resource list and add. We go to our project folder. We change to all files in the drop-down. We grab the plunger JPEG. It adds it as user-defined. We select that resource. We paste the group value, and then we select JPEG TJIMG from the dropdown. Okay, there are 6 banks, so we need 6 thumbnails. We clone. Then we grab both, and we select clone again. So now we have 4. We clone once more, and we have 6. Then we start at the top of the list. Change the first one to 1. Change the second one to 2. Change the third one to 3. And so on. And so on. And so on. So now all 6 of these have different instance values. We go back to the plugin view. Looks good. We can save it. Now, we go to the 3IDR. We select the first of the low range 3IDR. We click Package. We scroll down to JPEG. We select the first one and we drag that one into the plugin. We do the same thing with the second one. We do the same thing with the third one. And the fourth one, and the fifth one, and the sixth one. We commit, we save, and that's the custom thumbnails. Now, let's take care of binning and categorization. So we launch Outfit Organizer. And again, this is Outfit. I can't speak to any of the other tools in the Sims 2 library because I don't use them as much, but Outfit Organizer and BSOC Editor are the best things since sliced bread. Highly, highly recommend these 2 tools. So, first, we need to make sure that we're selecting accessory only in the outfits menu. This is important because if you have more than one of these selected, then the features specific to accessories don't work. Then we need to go to our Save Sims folder. I'm going to the one, I have multiple games, I'm going to the one for my current game. Just do that once more. Just select the Save Sims folder. And let's select Plunger first. We select that Plunger package, and we can see that there are 6 different XMall here. This is an accessory for the right hand, yeah? So we can see that we have young adult, adult, and elder for both genders, and it's currently available in everyday and outerwear. So I want to add that to gym clothes. I just click that checkbox, and it automatically updates everything that I have selected in the lower pane here. Really handy feature. Then, how do I bin it? This is Plunger, so it's going to go in right hand. You can enter a text value here in the combo box, or you can select this binning drop down, and it will load your custom bin values. So I'm going to go, oh, this is midnight. This is my sci-fi game, so I'm going to go midnight at right hand instead. Okay, and then if you unselect these, you can see that they turned red. These have been committed, but they need to be saved. So just go save all. Oh, okay. Yeah, silly me. You can't save those if SimPE is open. So let's try that again. Well, it won't allow me to, so I'm going to come back to it. Yeah, it did not save it. So let's try it again. We select Plunger. We shift select all 6 XMall. And we add gym clothes, and we give it a custom binning value of midnight at right hand. It committed, and now we save all. Now we select the bucket. We shift select it, all of those once again. We add gym, and in the custom binning menu, we want to go midnight at helmet. And save all. And we're done with Outfit Organizer. Now we're ready to test. So we have our sim. We go to Accessories. And we can see that our custom thumbnails are showing up. Okay, so let's give our sim some new accessories. Just like that. Yeah, he looks like kind of a janitor. Those are appropriate. They appear to be aligned correctly, but a good way to test animations is to have them jump on the couch. So, let's see what he does. Let's center that a little bit better. Yeah, see, I mean, it's aligned fairly well. I don't love that the rope clips into his collar there, but that's something that you could work on.
Woo! Doing. Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That is start to finish how to create custom accessories.